Congratulations on the victory. Obviously, I mean, that was a fun fight, very impressive performance. How did you feel in there tonight?
I definitely felt good. I want to get this off my chest. I apologize. I was aiming for a finish because I know everybody's been talking about me having a finish. And that first round, you can clearly see it was there. And I guess you could say I rushed it, man's had heart, and that's what ends up happening with the Mexican warrior like Erwin Rivera. The dude has heart, and it automatically pushed him. So, but besides that, I love the fight, love the win. I love my hands that I end up putting together, and I go ahead and say I have better hands than Odell Beckham. So tell him that he gets a nice challenge if he wants me to go ahead and see who has the best hands. Hands down.
Nice. Well, I was going to say, I mean, you talk about wanting to finish. I thought you hit him with everything you could, and the guy just wouldn't go down. So, I mean, is there any part of, in your mind you're going like, what do I got to do tonight?
It kicked in. It literally kicked in. Second round, and, with my corner and all up on my bumper, because they know that I am a finisher. They know that I can put things together. Now it's just about me putting it together. And like I stated, you can go ahead. I'll give myself like a C+ on performance today, and I know it's going to end up improving. But I don't know if y'all end up seeing it. My takedown defense was on point, and not only that, my kicks was out there, and I was landing those bad boys. They might as well put me in the win cycle of the whirlpool because my boys was letting those legs off. You feel me?
It was impressive. I thought you had done enough to get the win, no question. They go into the split decision read. What's going through your head at that point?
At the end of the day, I'm only still thinking about the first round because I should have finished it. That's just honestly how I looked at it. And granted that when you leave it to the judges, stuff like that happens. And no matter how you end up looking at it, stuff in that direction really happens. And the same thing I was saying earlier, I just got this in. They said if I get to 100K followers, they'll let me fight Derrick Lewis. Black Beast. All right, for a bucket of chicken, let's make this happen. All right, 100K followers on my Instagram. Let's make it. Push it.
He doesn't have to get to 135.
Oh, no. He don't. I'll tell him I'm moving up weight. I'm moving up weight for him because I want to eat freely. People don't get that when you're able to eat freely.
Nice. Well, last thing for me, I mean, I don't know if it'll be Derrick Lewis next or somebody else, but when would you like to fight again? It looks like maybe a couple scratches. You might want to heal up a little bit, bumps and bruises, but when do you want to come back?
Well, shoot, if they let me come back on tonight, I'll fight Covington. Like, Big Brother Woodley, he'll tag me in. I'd love to have that fight. But if not that, give me in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, next week, anything that's possible. I want to go to Abu Dhabi. I know all y'all want to go to Abu Dhabi. We need to go together. We could take like a family trip, and I'll bring the chicken. You feel me? I'll bring the gravy too. Kool-Aid, pancakes, everything we can think of, whatever y'all want. Just tell me. I got y'all.
Andre, a lot of the narrative leading up to this fight was whether your cardio would last through 3 rounds, showing improvements in the octagon. So do you think you did enough to sort of silence the doubters in there?
To be honest, I'm surprised they even bring that even up to the table because like all the other fights that I had, I lasted. My conditioning is well. Just automatically, it's honestly perfect. You got to end up looking at it. I end up throwing everything I could to drop this dude and take him out in the first round. And the dude survived it, and I had to survive the next 2 rounds, as in me using my cardio, that what I had. And that's the same thing when I fought my last fight, 7 months. And I did that with literally, let me get back to this. I had a broken forearm, which no one ended up giving me the, or Joe didn't want to talk to me on the commentary that day, but I literally broke my forearm in the first 10 seconds, and I had to survive and fight that whole fight. So 14 minutes and 50 seconds with one arm. I bet you no one even noticed that, but no one knows that because Joe didn't want to talk to me. So nothing but love to Joe, but tell Joe that he hurt my heart because he didn't want to talk to me. And, I really wanted to talk to him. He could have ended up understanding that I actually broke my forearm, and this whole time I've been out was 7 months of recovery. And here's my return, throwing the hell out of my right arm, with a freaking smile. Talk to me.
So the arm's 100% now?
Oh, arm's 100%. Flexing. I got a little plate in here if you guys want to go ahead and touch it. I even, matter of fact, I end up posting it later on my Instagram where it ends up showing I have like a little nice plate that just shows that where it was broken and cracked out in half. And this kind of goes out to all those other fighters that they end up fighting and they ended up getting a little small boo-boo, and then, they ended up stopping the fight or don't want to come back. And then you got people like me that automatically finishes the fight, Regardless of the situation, if anything ends up broken or hurting or whatnot, I'm going to finish the fight because I end up putting it on for the world, for the fans. I'm a people pleaser. So we're going to have to change my name from Mr. Highlight to Willie Beeman. I don't know if y'all know Willie Beeman. Make the girl go crazy. No, nothing? Any given Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Willie Beaver, call me that. Or the People's Choice. I like People's Choice.
You're going to come out to My Name is Willie?
I'm going to come out to that next fight. I got you. Willie. My name is Willie. Beamin'. Make the girl go crazy. Okay.
One final one. You said you got 7 months of ink on you?
Oh, yeah, 7 months of ink. That was literally what I was doing from all the injuries. I don't know if y'all want to be able to see my back, but I got to show my back. See, the whole back piece, samurai, you feel me, with the afro. Okay. And then, little extra ink work over here, there, my chest. All like 7 months of just life of putting things together. And it honestly tells my whole story, So it's recovery, automatically moving on, and honestly improving to be better than you was yesterday, Because at the end of the day, this is what we are. We're in a bad world that honestly needs to be worked on, and we're only how we're able to do that is by doing that together, So that's something we got to make progress on.
Andre, you said that your ink, to your far left, ink tells your whole story. What's the next part of your story?
Next part of the story, I end up having 2 kids, a newborn this year in April 13th, named June, and I'm still fighting to get in my first son's life. So that's the next part. It's honestly making progress of me being a good father, and for me being a good father, so added situation. I was in a car accident, a bad one, like a month and a half ago. And to be honest, when that situation happened, my whole life flashed in front of me, and it was like the first thing that popped in my head was, when am I going to leave my kids, And on that situation, it's got to leave a legacy. And so for right now, it's pushing to be the best in what I'm doing, and clearly finishing fights. So I finish fights, and finishing them, people can end up looking at it, instead of saying, hey, he's an artist, they're going to be saying he's a finisher that loves to put art in his work. And then my 2 kids are going to grow up talking about that's my daddy. AKA Willie Beamin, the people's choice. Yeah. All right, anything else, you guys? All right, thank you for having me.